Welcome back to Inside Elgin. 'Tis the season. No, not Christmas. Flu. Yeah, it's just about time. We're coming into flu season here. We have Dr. Peggy Malone, one of our regular guests on Inside Elgin here. She's going to give us some ideas on some natural ways to boost your immune system and help you beat the flu. Peggy, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Or should I say Pemo Malone? Peggy wanted to go with the Movember theme name too, so we gave her a name as well. But she still is a doctor. Take her seriously. Let's talk a little bit about some of the natural ways. Everybody knows about the shot. That's fine. That's one thing. But there are natural ways that we can take care of our bodies, and we put enough unnatural things in our bodies nowadays. Let's talk about some of the natural ways. Peggy, if you want to start us up. I know that you've got lots to go through.
Yeah, I've got a few things to talk about.
Okay.
First thing, it should be obvious, is good nutrition. That I could talk for a whole show about that. But just to give you one thing to focus on in terms of boosting your immunity, you want to decrease the amount of sugar that goes in your mouth. A lot of times we think about sugar as Halloween candy or dessert, and it is those things definitely, but it's also processed things like crackers and bread and cereal and pasta. And one of the things that we definitely don't think about is juices. People get sick and they're like, oh, I better drink my orange juice.
Well, they're good for you.
It's almost 100% sugar. So you want to definitely decrease sugar. As soon as you put sugar in your mouth, it almost immediately decreases your body's ability to fight off infection and illness. So decrease sugar, number one.
So everybody with kids out there, sugar will make you sick. Yeah, just tell them
It's true.
That. Yeah, or help.
Number two, vitamin D. Vitamin D has been the star of the vitamin world in the past couple of years. It will help to increase the strength of your bones. It'll help to decrease your chances of getting certain cancers. But relevant to this, there's some really compelling evidence that shows that the common cold and the flu are actually caused by a decrease or a lack of vitamin D.
Natural way to get it, I guess, would be from the sun.
The most important way to get it is the sun, and that's why it's down at this time of the year, because we're inside more, we're less in the sun. So get sunshine in your world. If you can't do that, get a good supplement with vitamin D. On my blog, you can check out, and I'll have the details about what's a good supplement and how much to take. The third thing is optimizing your levels of omega-3 fatty acids, which are fish oils. So fish is one of those things that we should all eat more of. We don't. If you can't get more fish in your world, supplement with a good fish oil supplement.
Is there a better type of fish than another? Is there a really good one that we can get locally that you would suggest?
Again, we could talk about that for 100 years. Smaller fish are better because there's less chance of mercury building up in them as they swim around. There's lots of ones that you can get that they'll tell you the details about what toxicities are in them. But definitely, just even more fish in general is good.
So not goldfish then, jeez. I love my job. Okay, so sorry, that's
definitely
number 3.
Not. Well, goldfish maybe. More fish.
Eat more fish. Okay.
The fourth thing is get more exercise. By increasing your circulation and blood flow, you're also increasing the components of your immune system that are flowing around your body, which means that they're going to search out those little invaders more easily. By increasing the amount of exercise in your world, you're absolutely going to increase your body's ability to fight off any viruses and bacteria and flu.
Okay, go for a walk, go for a jog, take a bike ride if you can, if the weather's nice.
If people exercise regularly, get sick less often. So exercise more. Okay? All right. Then the next one is get more sleep. The more rested you are, the more ability your body's going to have to fight off any kind of sickness. So sleep more. And
everybody is different, right? You by this time in our lives, we kind of know how much sleep we need. You can't catch up on sleep either, can you? Is that true?
Well, not necessarily. You can rest more to give your body a chance to rest more, but you can't necessarily catch up on it.
So just get a good, quiet, restful night.
Absolutely.
Almost every night, and that'll help.
Absolutely.
Good luck with kids. All right, and do you want to get into the last one there, or the next one that we're going to talk about after the break?
One,
yeah, just give us the headlines.
Decrease the amount of stress in your world.
Cool. All right, well, we'll talk about that after the break. We could get into this for a whole show right here. We'll be back with Dr. Peggy Malone, and we're going to find out about how to decrease stress in your life. She'll tell you right after this. Welcome back to Inside Elgin. We're just laughing here at the break about something that we're talking about that I can't share right now, but we are speaking to Dr. Peggy Malone about natural ways to boost your immune system. And before the break, we mentioned that lower your stress. Well, it's easier said than done, but Dr. Peggy has some ideas on how we can do that. And one of them is just doing what we were just doing there, a little bit of laughter every once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because number one, when you're stressed, basically you have hormones that circulate through your body that decrease the level of immunity. Your levels of white blood cell count will go down, and that's an important measure of how strong your immune system is. So when you laugh, you decrease stress hormones, and when you laugh, you increase natural, they call natural T killer cells, which are essentially, again, a measure of immunity. So laughing is one of the ways to decrease stress, which is what we need to do to be more healthy.
Great. Well, everybody wants to laugh, right? I'll tell some good jokes here every once in a while. Just keep your television tuned inside Elgin. Next point?
Next point is the one that's going to be the most practical, that's going to help us the most to decrease the spread of the flu, and that is good hygiene habits. Most importantly, washing your hands. Washing your hands should be warm soapy water, 10 to 15 seconds, 15 to 20 seconds. It should be the time that it takes you to sing the song Happy Birthday. You should be washing your hands, and you should be getting all the way up to your wrists, getting all the nooks and crannies of your hands as you wash them. Alternatively, you can use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer, but the hand washing with soap and water is best.
That is the best, and then you're not going to have the antibiotic, the virus on your hand getting immune or becoming immune to that hand sanitizer. I guess it's not good to use all the time, and it dries your hands out like crazy,
right,
too.
so this is why soap and water, the best.
All right.
Next thing is
the big one.
when you cough or sneeze, you want to cover up, and you want to avoid using your hands because then you got to wash them again. You want to cough or sneeze into your elbow. A neat little fun fact is that a sneeze comes out of your body going 150 kilometers per hour.
Wow.
And it will spread droplets, 5,000 droplets per sneeze, up to more than 1.5 meters away from you. So huge way to spread infection. So cover up your sneezes and your coughs. Okay?
All right, I'm getting kind of grossed out now. I'll step back a little bit. Okay.
Another thing to think about, and this is one we don't often think about, but is really important, keep shared surfaces clean. So this is things like doorknobs, light switches, telephone receivers, keyboards on computers. Another fun fact I like to tell people is on the average public toilet seat, which we think of as gross, there is 49 germs per square inch. On the average telephone receiver in an office, 25,000 germs per square inch. So
I'm not really good at math, but that's a lot more.
That is a lot more. So if somebody bets you that you should be, licking one or the other, you now know how to make a choice.
And picking the toilet seat, I think, if I had to pick something at all. That's scary. I mean, I take my kids into the washroom, public washrooms, and you're like, don't touch anything at all when you're trying to go to the washroom, a little boy anyway. And yet it should be the door handle or the something like that we should be worried about more often. Dr. Peggy, thanks for all the different ideas that you gave us today, and keep laughing.
I will. You too.
All right. Thanks for coming in, and we'll be right back. We'll speak to Tony Caruana from Foot Dynamics all about orthotics and shoes. Stay with us.